Ex to enemy. Harry shocked as Chelsy testifies against him for attack called to beg her back in MGN court. The judge presiding over the case, in which Prince Harry is due to give evidence this week, has been described as visibly irritated following his failure to show up on day one of proceedings. Harry is expected to give evidence on Tuesday, local time, and will be the most senior member of the royal family to be cross-examined in court since the 1890s. The Duke of Sussex is amongst multiple claimants suing Mirror Group newspapers in Britain's High Court. He accuses journalists from tabloid newspapers, the Daily Mirror, the Sunday Mirror, and the Sunday People, of using illegal methods, including phone hacking, to obtain stories on him between 1996 and 2011. There are more than 100 claimants in total, including singer Cheryl Cole, former footballer Ian White, actor Ricky Tomlinson, and the estate of George Michael, though Harry is one of only 4 who will have their specific representative claims heard. The other 3 are Michael Turner and Nikki Sanderson, both actors, and Fiona Whiteman, who is the ex-wife of comedian Paul Whitehouse. Justice Fancourt said he was a little surprised not to find Harry in court for the beginning of proceedings on Monday. Harry's lawyer, David Sherborne, said he had attended the birthday party of his daughter, Lilibet, in the U.S. on Sunday, and so had flown to London overnight. He argued that Harry's peculiar travel and security arrangements obviously put him in a different category to other witnesses. The lawyer representing Mirror Group newspapers, Andrew Green, said he was deeply troubled by Harry's extraordinary absence and argued the Duke was potentially wasting the court's time. Mr. Green stressed that he had quite a lot to get through in his cross-examinations of Harry and would require more than one full day. I have to cross-examine him on 33 articles, said Mr. Green, whose case will involve arguing that many of the articles cited by Harry were not actually sourced illegally. And that cannot be done in one day if I'm to put him even a small number of the public domain documents, and in many cases explain the sources of the information. According to journalists in the room, Justice Fancourt appeared to be frustrated by Harry's absence and expressed concern that he would not be ready to provide evidence on Monday if opening statements were to finish ahead of schedule. The Guardian's media editor, Jim Watterson, described him as visibly irritated. The judge said he had previously instructed witnesses to be ready and available the day before they were due to testify, in case things proceeded more swiftly than had been anticipated. It comes after Harry blamed the unlawful gathering of information by British media for sabotaging his relationship with ex-girlfriend Chelsy Davy in a sign of intent before he gives evidence in court. Many of the media articles cited by Harry as examples of unlawfully gathered information cover the period of his relationship with Miss Davy, whom he met in 2004 and dated on and off until their final breakup at the end of the decade. Addressing the court on Monday, local time, Harry's lawyer argued that a constant stream of stories about Harry and Miss Davy had made it practically impossible for them to sustain their romance. Quoting from Harry's witness statement, which has yet to be made public, Mr. Sherborne noted how little chance his relationship was given because of this. Presenting one of the articles in question, he asked the judge presiding over the case, Justice Timothy Fancourt, to note how young Prince Harry looks. He's little more than a child, as was Miss Davy at the time. As he explains, it was as if they never felt that they were on their own, which placed a huge amount of strain on their relationship and ultimately led Miss Davy to decide a royal life was not for her. It also caused their circle of friends to become smaller and smaller, meaning that the relationships were lost entirely unnecessarily. Who could begrudge him for being protective, as he grew up, for future relationships? Mr. Sherborne argued the reporting on Harry's relationship with Miss Davy bore the telltale signs of unlawfully gathered information.